Hello, 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 hello. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. We're continuing today with a little bit more Alchemy Factory. If you haven't been following on so far, this game is a automation style game, which is based on creating a store business, however you want to call it, that is purpose to create and sell potions. Now, what we want to do today is work on expanding our store, first of all. So I want to create a second level, and this is my task for the day, or at least for now, is I want to focus on creating a second level so that we can essentially create an automation system for creating our most basic materials and sending them down a chute into shelves for purchase, sending the money from here up and automatically into these purchasing centers. That's my goal. I think what I do want to start with is maybe moving our entire building here, really. If we can. I don't know if this is going to be too difficult. I'm going to find out very shortly. Okay. And okay, I can't select a building to copy. Okay, but let's see. We can create walls. Because what I do want to do is move our shop front there eventually. But I guess for now we can start it here. So first things first, we're going to build a staircase. And we want to build this staircase to be 2 stories. Now, how do we do this? Wooden platform. Okay. And then can we build a second story into that? Can I put a staircase on top of the wooden platform? Oh, you can. Fantastic. That's going to give us our second story where we can now start laying some flooring. Brilliant. How good is this? Okay, we're out of material. So we're going to go collect some planks. And this is the issue, is I want to automatically generate enough planks that we don't have to worry. We don't have to count our pennies. And this is how we're going to do it. Alright, so I need like a half floor, I guess, or else we're just going to end up with a void. I mean, maybe... I guess we just have to have a void. Be right back. Give me 1 second, sorry. Alright, we're back. Okay, so we just want to finish up that second floor. And then once we've got that second floor, we're going to get to 40 just for peace of mind. Cool. Nice bit of parkour there. Right, so we're going to do that. That's going to maintain a void. We're going to put a sloped roof. Yeah. There we go. Perfect. Put another floor here. And then how did they do part wall there? How do you do a part wall? Is it a part wall? Let me have a look outside. Maybe it's just going to fill in automatically as a part wall, even though it's not. Yeah, I think. Oh. Okay, hang on. Maybe if I do this in a backwards order, then that'll work. Where if I do this, and then I do the sloped roof, overlapping with other devices. So it must be a particular. There must be like a particular way to do it. Where we put that in there. That one there. And then we need that wall there, but I can't figure that out at the moment. So, I'm assuming that is a different technique, a different method for doing that. Anyway, I do. We're gonna hit the head if we move this. I'm gonna try and move this over one. Just intrigued if that's going to be possible. No. We need that to stay like that. However, I do want it to pass for something to pass up here. So I wonder if we can utilize the window. As a method, or if we can try something else. Alright, let's have a look at our build and let's see what's going to be best for passing coin. Because essentially that's the first thing that I want, is essentially a pipe or something to pass coin up from the bottom up to the top for us. Blocks, cashier. Catapults. Is it as simple as just using the catapults? Drawbridge conveyor, a special conveyor belt pulled by linen ropes requiring no extra support. A tunnel conveyor, a conveyor passage that can be mounted on walls. A hopper conveyor designed to catch thrown items. A conveyor tunnel that allows items to cross paths. Grinder, tractor, flask, ethanol. Lab stands, beam, wooden shelf. Okay. I'm thinking a logistics device for transporting items vertically. Drag to adjust height can be switched to move items upwards or downwards. I'm just intrigued as to how high this can actually go. It says can be dragged. Can be dragged, be moved higher. Okay. What about if we use the catapult? Could we potentially set a target this high? Or would this... Let me try. Let me set it. Let me see if we can get a hopper conveyor up this high. Okay, I need 4 more wood. Then we're gonna get the hopper conveyor. And set that in the corner there. I got too far. Okay. What if we bring it closer? Invalid angle. Alright, well we need to set it somewhere in the middle, I believe. Let's see. Alright, let's see. This work. Oh my gosh, it works. That's all our coin. And then that can be distributed freely. From our storage. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to take that out there. That's our bank. And that is going to do that. Then we're going to have it separate out of here. Have it separate there. And half of it will go to a big bank for us. Yeah, we want a big one. We're going to put it under the table. Why? It looks secretive. Sure, no one can steal our money. Alright, we need more woods. Alright, we've got plenty of planks now. We'll take that there. And then... we're going to run it like so. Oh, we're out of coin. Ah. The timing of this is actually quite good. Because then we can finally pick up these pieces and move them upstairs. I probably overloaded it. That's okay. Fantastic. So our money will come through here, go into here. Some of it will go here, and some will go here. That will come up and fling into this thing for us, which then go into these. Now, I guess we could actually maintain the currency in bronze form until we go to put it in the chest. So I am going to change that. Such. And that will be converting bronze, converting copper, converting to silver. We want it to convert to silver. There we go. Right, that looks like it's working. I actually forgot, like, this works quite well. I guess what we're going to do is I want to blueprint this part here. Yep, we're going to cut that. And we're going to save that as wood process. And that timber. That's our wood processor. Or a timber processor. We're going to put that. I think we're going to expand this out eventually. But I'm going to put it at the start there. We're going to run. Yeah, I'm going to put that there. What we're going to do is we're going to run the money here and have it running out this way. I'm hoping, please, that we can fit one more door right here. This time it's perfectly one. It is perfectly one. And we're going to put one saw there. 5 saws. Plenty of timber to be made here. Brilliant. And then that final one. We're out of wood. We're going to have to go get some more woods. Very lucky. Excellent. And that is going to run from there into this. That's going to take the bronze coins in here, into there. Perfect. Very, very happy with how that's looking. Sure, we're going to run it that far. I'm not too stressed about how that looks. Over. Correct a little bit there. Fine. And we're going to do the same thing with this part of the process. And cut that. And I want to save that as stone processor. I'm going to put the stone symbol on that. Brilliant. And this is fine because we're really not missing many components here. So these are 1, 2, 3 wide. Go 1, 2, 3. And I believe that's correct. Hoping. Oh, that's okay. We did bugger that slightly. You know what? I am going to move it. I'm nickety like this. Go B and cuts. I want it in line. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Finicky, finicky. Finicky like that. Cool. Excellent, eh? Build one more. Yeah. And I do want another one. I need more wood though. As per usual. Alright, we're gonna get a purchasing portal. We need more timber. Add logs. And to these logs, we'll add our little outputs. All right, brilliant. And then we'll pop that there. And we'll pop that there. And this is going to purchase limestone for us. And that will distribute it. Like so. That's excellent. And once again, we need some more planks. Okay. Now, I need to figure out how I want to merge these chains. Because they're not going to merge entirely smoothly, right? We also want to commence building with them. Not to mention, we also need to start creating iron, coal, rotten logs. So it's a whole nother another bit of specialization. I'm getting rid of these roofs. That's still holding, surprisingly. Okay. Build floors. I really want like a hole in the floor. I don't know if we can construct that yet. So I think what I do want to do is upgrade our tools so that we can have this as best as possible. So that's steel ingot. Inventory capacity would be great too. So let's... Fantastic. With so much linen thread. That's brilliant. That was very smart. Well done. Well done past me. Alright. That's limiting us to steel ingots. Gloves? What do gloves do? Restocking speed? Okay. I would like to upgrade that. So I think what I would like to do is I would like to start selling each individual component. Let's have a look at goods. Very first good we can sell is the large wooden gear. The way that I want to have things selling. Let's have a think about this. I think that the easiest method a conveyor. Will these go vertical though? Oh, is that just purely... Ah, it's through the wall. Interesting. Okay. Right. I didn't interpret it as through the wall. I interpreted it as... Ah, interesting. I interpreted it as a conveyor passage that can be mounted on. This one can't, but it allows... Ah, okay, I understand one as well. We've really haven't utilized all our items correctly playing, because I've been bridges them rather than doing something like that. Beam? A beam is a thing as well, because we could essentially utilize a beam as a floor, right? I have an idea. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna build a floor here. However, I'm gonna position it slightly askew. And then I'm gonna take the beams. No? I thought it said we could position it however we like, but obviously not. Okay. Alright, never mind that plan. We're just gonna do it a bit differently. I think going with the catapult idea is fine. That somehow we conveyor things behind. Just thinking, what if there is another way? What if we could drop things vertically? I'm intrigued by this. And these? How are we supposed to... It says that we can extend these and do all kinds of interesting things with... I'm not sure. Still very difficult. I'm trying to figure out how best to utilize things, have our store restocked, how I want to set things up. And I can't quite figure it out. I think the best way is if we have things coming here, down here, and then from here we can launch each item. And I will have several catapults set up here, launch each item. What we're going to do, move our bed. Please tell me I can build a bed. I can. Move our bed there. Then, I'm going to set up conveyor pipes. Through the wall. Like so. And then these conveyor pipes are going to be connected to a catapult. The catapult is then going to be part of a larger shelf. That's how we're going to do it. In the meantime, let's automate this bit incredibly simply. And all that's going to be is these will go into yeah, we're going to bottleneck it. I know. And I'm just going to make a large chest with heavy metal. Just thinking, we're going to compress. I'm going to start compressing these. If we do it like this, it should actually reduce the bottleneck. Okay. Incline conveyor belt. Oh, and even more inclined conveyor belt. Alright, and then go like that, that, that. Brilliant. They will then go into here. And then from there, I will then do this. Don't ask me what I'm doing, because even I don't know. I just think it looks very cool. And that's somehow going to evenly distribute our planks. Now, from making planks, what we want to do is... Sorry, I'll be right back. We're back. Sorry about that. Head dog outside. Okay, so what we want to do is start with making a process for wooden gears. So first we're going to put the planks through a grinder, then for a processor. And we don't need to do all of them. I think even if we just do... Even if we just do like one, right? Surely that'd be enough. I don't know, we can play it by ear. I think we'll start with 2, and I'll see how... I'll see how intense it does get. Because we do it like that for these. Sorry. Yeah, for large wooden gears, they just go through a grinder and then turn to large wooden gears. And then we put the large wooden gears for a processor, and they become small wooden gears. So what we want to do is we're going to save 50%. So we're just going to put them in there. That'll be plenty. And then we'll take the processor. And we'll do that. We'll set the recipe for wooden gears. I did actually make a mistake here already. I'm going to shift this across. No, we're going to keep it like that. And then the last ones we're going to... Just realizing we really don't need... No, it's fine. I'm going to go like that. Put a grinder there. And this is, that's going to be our spare one. And that middle one's going to be for sale. That's going to be like that. And that's going to be for sale. And then this particular one, yeah, our storage. And this one will be for sale. Now I want to learn, I need to learn how the elevator works. I just don't know the best method right now for bringing these in. Because essentially I want these to fall down here and then we bring them into a shelf in here. So let's get a shelf set up. Go for a large shelf. Is that the large shelf? That was the large shelf. Fantastic. I'm gonna have the large shelf set up like that. Okay. I can't think of how to set up the conveyor lift. Conveyor lift, a logistics device for transporting items vertically. Drag to adjust height. Can be switched to move items upwards or downwards. Drag to adjust height. Alright, caps lock. Alright, let's play around with this. Let's see how we can set it up. The caps lock caps lock locks the Z axis. Okay. I don't know if that's changed. Can we attach this to the wall? That axis? Okay. Oh, fantastic. Okay. Okay. I understand now. Brilliant. Brilliant. All right. How do we want this set up? Hopefully we can reach from here. That's fantastic. That is very exciting. So that is going to be 1, 2, 3. Okay, but now why will it not? Oh, because we're out of wood. Ah. We're so close. Okay, and we want it. We want it in like that. I guess we can't get it working in the same line. So I guess that's how we're going to set it up is like so. And then we will put a block here and a block here. And then conveyor that in. Then what we want. Oh, that's so cool. That's awesome. Okay, I can't believe we haven't tried this yet. And then we want this. We need iron. Because now we want... Why is this issue? Because these are right here. Rights. Rights. I'm going to step these back slightly. I don't know if this will now allow us to be so close. Issue numero 2. Fantastic. Okay, I think that we just went one too high. Okay. Okay. We can figure this out. I'm just trying. Hang on. Is it as simple as... Can we get this coming straight off the elevator? Let's just test out something. So we have a shelf here. Is it as simple as having an item drop into the elevator as so? No. So how can we fill these? How can we fill a shelf? I'm genuinely curious now what the best ways, or what ways we can fill a shelf are. Okay. When tracking the shelf setup items, press this to restock. Okay. Apart from manual restocking, you can also use. Apart from manual restocking, you can also use catapult for automatic restocking. Special items can only be sold at special. Okay. It seems that a catapult is the only way to achieve what we want. which means I'm going to change this up. Because what I want to do then is the same thing, but we're just going to extend this floor out. And then we will extend that to there. Likewise. And then we will have our conveyor that's correctly set up. Yep. Go like so. And that just needs more timber. Hopefully this will be enough timber. I feel like we could just be slightly short. Fingers crossed. Is it always left? That's quite frustrating, is it not? If okay. Guess that's the way it's got to be. I'm just trying how we can get our shop going. Alright, let's see if one click away will work. I feel like it's too close, but we'll give it a crack. I need more timber. Yep. Alright, and run it in line with the window. Yeah, right like that. Set target. Target too far. We'll bring it a bit closer. What did it say? Something in projectile path? Obstacles in projectile path. First it's too far, now it's something in the path. Obstacles in projectile path. By the middle one. Yep, there we go, brilliant. Okay, and then that's going to go like so. Then we're going to pop another catapult, like so. Okay. where do we want them going? We want them... Okay, let's see. So we've got planks going. Our planks are going. Getting changed into large wooden gears. Exactly what we want. Our large wooden gears are then heading down the chute. Some of them are being changed into small gears as well. It's fine. Large wooden gears are then making their way down the elevator, which again is what we want. What we're trying to do. They're then getting launched into the shop. Hurrah! Someone gonna come buy some gears? That's the question. So the gears are being loaded into the shop. That's awesome. That's exactly what we want. Alright, he's coming to buy some gear. He's bought something. He's bought some. Fantastic. He's given us some money. Money comes down. Some goes into our kitty. Is going here. Right, and then it's going to go up to the catapult. Goes up to the catapult in there. Goes down. Oh, it's going to go to the stone instead. Alright, that's fine. I do also just need to cut that off for now. We set up our iron. Oh. Alright, but we are going to pump some money into this. Nice and full. So that we can make more gears. We can start on the next process there, but for now I want to start selling some more gears. That goes like that. Down here. And that's going to go in there. And that goes in that one. We've got big gears selling there, small gears selling here. Perfect. Awesome. Very, very happy with how this is looking. Next, what's the next thing that utilizes planks? Well, we need linen rope. Make linen rope, we need flax. Makes flax, we need plants. So now we commence this little mechanism here. We're going to do stone first, which means we need water. I'm going to remove these. And this setup. This as well. And that. as well as that. That one. And that. Okay. I do, however, wish to copy this. Fantastic. I am going to actually, I need to rejig this because I want to change the... Okay, so cancel, that cuts that. Because what I do want is I want mortar. So a mortar is processed stone. This makes stone, stone through a processor. That makes mortar for us. Rowan Becker QTP. Hey, how's it going, Rowan? Thanks so much for jumping in the stream. What's going on? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Hope you have a fantastic start to the week as well. Please buy me a sniper. Why do you want a sniper? I don't know. Okay. Just because, yes. Well, unfortunately, in this game, I can't buy snipers. I can make you a potion if you want a potion, but I can't buy your sniper, unfortunately. So what we're going to do is take this process here. That's going to make stones. We then want stones to make mortar. We're going to need 5 stones, so I'm going to use pretty much just that end one exclusively for it. So I'm going to put that all through a processor. This is going to output 35 stone per minute. So I just want to see how quickly a processor can take our stone and process. That will do 26.2 a minute. That will do 35 per minute. So 35 per minute, 26.2. I guess we can have 2 running simultaneously. It's not gonna be incredibly efficient, but it is better than just having one run on its own. Okay. We can also bring these a little bit further back. All right. So that's going to go like that. And that's going to make some water for us. Then I'm going to run these. Down the path here. Put them into a lift. And away we go. I'm just thinking if I want a storage, I'm going to store some of it. So we'll have that running like so. And then we're going to make an elevator. Oh. Perfect. And gonna catapult that like so. That's gonna run there. Set that target into this one. Excellent. Next we want to run the crucibles for all of these. Money coming up. So what I do is, because we need timber to run these, I am happy to have them running on that timber line there. On 4 of those. We'll then place the crucibles on top. Need more stone. I think. I also do want some storage for our stone as well. Just to avoid what just happened happening again. Need another 12. 3, there we go. Perfect. Okay, and then we're gonna run big ramp up to each of these. Perfect. And then run a mini ramp on between 3. Then 3 more. Alright, what we're going to do is we'll take this idea as well. That idea. Actually, pop that slightly further down, yeah, like so. That I'm going to figure out what to do. I'm going to do something different with this one. That's going to give us plenty of timber now. Okay, then we run these. Actually not. Already up. Well. Two more. There we go. Grab some more timber. And now we're going to do the down ramp. Alright, so that's the down ramp done. Alright, and then what I want to do, actually we might, oh no, I can still make these pretty easily actually. There we go, perfect. This is built, oh, this game's done so well. Alright. Perfect. Just run it like that. Well, that's facing the wrong direction, but the concept was right. Then we can just run that like so. Pop another one like there. That runs up. Wait, I made these all run the wrong way. Alright, are these all running the right way now? I think so. And that will just go in there. Now, as long as this last one is being frequently kept up with, I feel like we really don't have a problem. But I do think that yeah, I do think it's not running. I think we need 2 channels. How many have we got? We've got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is running. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to split it in half. Yeah, I'll split it in half. Drop these. And I'm going to run another group along the bottom. And coming back up like so. I just feel like that's going to work better and more efficient. So if that runs alongside there, like so. Whether we actually... Oh. Okay. That's fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try that cross-directional piece. We're going to see if that works. Okay. Let's just try what I did before. Down. We have an up. And that's going to flow like that. And those can also connect in there. That looks like it's working really well to me. All right, so obviously we're not making enough money right now because we're not fully stocked. Hopefully we can start Okay. Awesome. This is starting to come together really nicely. All right, so that's our quicklime powder done. Shortly we should get a stone. Making some mortar to be sold. I don't know why we have a stone somewhere here. We have some mortar. Grab that. There we go. I knew we had some stones. Okay, I'm just gonna steal these so that I can load them in, because there's no point paying for stone when we have free stone, right? Add limestone, add limestone, add limestone. Hopefully that's all of it. Obviously got a tiny bit left, but that's fine. I'll take my silver, please. There was something I needed the healing potion for as well, and I can't remember. I think we had something. Potion belt. There we go. Healing potion for that. Now we just need a bunch of steel ingots and soap. Anyway, what's next on our list? Next was linen rope. Which we now, with the lime that we have, we can start making that. Just trying to work out what the best process is going to be for making a farm. I think I want to create a fertilizer generator up the top here. What do we need the quick lime for? I feel like it's in a few things. I'm gonna do something that I don't like doing here, but I seem to do it way too often. You know what? Cancel. All we need, another elevator. Coming down here. Make our flax for us. All right. I mean, that can go much closer. But this also needs fire, which means it needs the timber. So we can have this generating up the top separately and then just pump the fertilizer down. I think that's what I'm going to do. Oh, I didn't think that through, did I? let's... Okay, let's just clear this. I've already done enough. Okay. What do we want down here? We want a garden down here. Do we need quick? What do we need quicklime for? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the potion. We need it. We also need to grind sage powder, plant ash linseed oil. Okay. How should we do this? Firstly, we need like an offshoot. That's just side. Little side note. Okay, so that's a side note. This being generated needs to go into I'm trying to make fertilizer. Okay. That's what I want, fertilizer. Make basic fertilizer. We need quicklime and plant ash. Make plant ash. We need to burn sage. I then want to make this sage. And I want to make better fertilizer. Coming into the fertilizer coming out is going to be sage. Sage is then burnt again. Let's make or I'm just trying to work out what the best way is. Right, so we need an assembler. That's going to have plant ash and quicklime coming in. That's our assembler. I think if we can have it going like this, that makes sense. But this is step one's going to be the most narrow. No, the back one's going to be the most narrow, and then each one. Okay, let me just try putting it in the middle of the room. Next one. Because then this output there. And then we'll put that like aged, like so. And we put our planters That's popping out. Keep that where it was. And then what I want. Actually, can we use an idea? We'll use the stackers, and we're gonna see how if we can do it using that instead. So how many rows is that taking up? It's taking up 2 rows. I'm gonna put it 4 back. Down it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to keep all our planters in a row. Keep them in a row. So. Let's just try 4 sage. We're just going to see how this goes, see how this ratio works. So that comes in like so. That one goes in there. Then we have our output. Output, which is going to go like that. Essentially. Now what we can do now pop the next processor, oh, the next assembler, one in front, like that. Will this work? Won't. Yeah, it doesn't quite fit. But I'm gonna see. If there's an alternative method. We can kind of stagger it somehow. Then that's obviously a bit of a win. And just contemplating if I can swap these. run that. Ah, no, I can't. I mean, I can run it here. We can do it like that. Alright, let's do this instead. Let's start it as far to the side as we can. And then we can swap it over, right? I think this is the way it's gonna work. Okay, so do it like that. And then that goes out like so. Then the next one comes in here. I mean, they have the same output, right? So we can just put them on the same. Technically, we put them on the same line. I'm just gonna run this like this for now. We'll see how this goes. That's continuing there. Good. Okay. Can we somehow set up our stackers? The next bit, okay. So now the next one I want. Why is that there? Why isn't that further to the right? Because of this, got you. That had to be like that for the down ramp. Okay. Which I've got to factor in as well. I'm about to have a down ramp. So I may actually have to have it here in order to run that like so. Not have that. Essentially just becomes the same thing. And finally, I do want one final one, which I will put I'll put the last one here. We'll run this like so. That's I will move across here. Never mind, I'm changing it. It's going to be like that. It's going to be like that. Be like so. Perfect. Okay. Now I can guarantee what's going to happen is we're going to have to start connecting them. So it's going to be two. We shall see. The recipe that we are making is basic fertilizer. Which, let's have a look, requires 26.2 per minute, and we are producing. Yeah, I freaking knew it. As soon as I said, I'm like, oh. So these will combine, and we can complete that. Then that one is going to go there. That will be deleted. That will connect like so. That one's going to go down like that. That will go there. One will connect like so. That will connect there. And these will continue through. Excellent. That is our generation of fertilizer. How is everything? We're still not making any money. Let's see what half of the money we're making is. We made about 3,000 so far. Because we're not really selling high value goods. I will go drop that off somewhere upstairs. Cool. I'm just filling up in. Doesn't look like there's anything jammed or anything like that. I do have a log to add to that. Do have some stone. All seems to be working. well, happy with how everything seems to be working. Well, we seem to be selling the large wooden gears. Quite a everything's stocked really nicely too. Which is great. We're gonna chuck some basic fertilizer in there. Let's see how this rolls. We have the double storage as well now, so the conveyor belt will fill up on one line whilst maintaining the other. I mean, additionally, I can probably do the smarter connection. Yeah. Like so, that just maintains space nicely. We'll see how it goes with the quicklime production. What I was thinking... because that's why it's all being halted. Is because we're not making enough money. So nothing is produced quite as well as it should. That's already performing exceptionally. Making basic fertilizer. Plant ash. We made a big mistake. We made a huge mistake. Alright, so what we're going to do... Oh. What we are going to do is we're going to take that, cut that, pull that back ever so slightly, drop it, take here, because we need to set up crucibles. I completely forgot. Realistically, it's actually not that difficult to rebuild, so we will rebuild that. Okay, we have all our timber up this end. That is also filled with timber. So I will run additional timber out of there. In order to maintain stock on our fire for our crucibles, which I will maintain from this side that I'm currently on. I don't know how many we need. I don't think we need as many as we do have there. Let's just start with one. And we'll start with one. If we need more, we can make more. Daily Blake 112. How is it going? Big W's in the chat. What's up, Pat? How is it going? Hope you're doing well. Thanks so much for jumping into the stream. I'm doing really well, thank you. And yourself? Things are going well. We're just playing some Alchemy Factory. Loving it. Thank you so much for the follow. Holy dooly, appreciate it. We just hit our follower goal of 25, so thank you so much, man. Really appreciate that. That's awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we're just playing some Alchemy Factory at the moment. It's a game about automation and currency generation, I guess you could say. So we're just trying to create potions and automate a potion factory. In the simplest terms, going pretty good. Not gonna lie, everything's gone smooth. That's awesome to hear. What are you getting up to today? Is it daytime, nighttime? Is your day starting, ending? Work? All right. So what we're gonna do is let's just do one demo one, because what I want is I need this connected there. That's going to be put onto that. That's then gonna have crucibles on it. Which take our plant ash down here. Okay. Yeah, man. Thank you. Have you played some Alchemy Factory? Have you got an interest in automation games, or did you just come for the good vibes? All right, we're gonna start with food. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. And delete it. It's a bit easier to do this way. I'm just gonna do it like that, and I'll split it afterwards. Actually, these back one. Have it like that. That one's there. That will go there, there, like so. It's almost midnight, lol. What about you? It's currently 3:40 here in Australia. So I've just finished work, had an early start this morning. So finished work and just thought I'd jump on, do a bit of streaming, play some Alchemy Factory. It's one of those like really cool, like unwinding games, you know? You got to think a lot, but when you do set up a really nice, efficient process, there's something almost cathartic about it. Like when shit just works. It's obviously incredibly frustrating when things don't work out, but when things work out, it's a great feeling, that's for sure. And so yeah, this game's just about making some really nice streamlined processes, getting everything looking all good. What about you? Not likely. I used to play sim games sometimes. Complicated games are not my cup of tea, lol. It's like, yes, it's complicated, but it's also makes a lot of sense. Like, it's very much like A plus B equals C. It just gets complicated when they start going, well, A plus half of B plus a little bit of G equals W. That's, which it does get to that stage, and then it becomes a bit more tedious. But in saying that, it is still incredibly enjoyable, at least for me. So next we need dump. I'm gonna dump the fertilizer. Make space these iron ingots. And then I need the clay as well. So I'm just going to dump the red currant seeds in there temporarily. And that should allow us to get these. Okay, let's see. Let's see what happens with just 2. If we need to, we can obviously add in an extra. I just want to see how efficient this process is with just 2 sage farms. I want the sage there. Sage there. And that's going to go like so. Likewise there. And then this, yeah. Okay. Thinking. What we can do is we can also just attach this here and pop the sage in there. That would give us room for that basic fertilizer. We can pop the basic fertilizer back here. Take those red currant seeds because they don't belong inside that. That's making sage for us, which is exactly what we want. And now we just have to heat these crucibles. So we're going to pop a box there. Box there. On that one. Like that. Pop another box down there. On these, that's. And run that straight down here. Alright, we still got a fair bit. We need to increase our economy because right now we're not making enough money to keep our saw active. Oh, we're out of mortar. How are we out of mortar? Because we're not utilizing our stone crusher. We're not having enough money coming in. Okay, so that's going in there. So how much are we making? We're making 35 sage per minute. 35 sage per minute. How quickly is this burning? This is burning 35 per minute. Which means for 3 of these... Why is this one? Ah, because of that. Okay. So realistically, to have this at full capacity, we do actually need a full farm. That one's on there. Page. And let's run. Like that. Likewise there. And we'll pop some that. That's running at 35 per minute. These are also running at 35 per minute. So we're still actually not quite at full efficiency. We do need another 2. I can only fit in one. We're going to do was a mistake. Cut that off early, just so build this to optimal specifications. Black seed, currant seeds, and black seeds in there, just so our sage seeds are priority numero uno. And take all. That's going to go like that. That's going to go like so. I guess we're just going to have the meat at the middle. So this one will go up and right. That's going to go up. That's going to go up and right. And that one, there we go. All right, likewise here, that's going to go up. That's going to be in the middle. That's going to go there. Perfect. These are filled with timber, which means they're burning at correct efficiency. These are filled with plant ash. That's correct. That's all looking brilliant. We have some excess coming into here. Fine. It's just we're out of timber. That's the whole reason that this is. Sorry, my internet kind of messing up, Pat, not gonna lie. That's all good. I'm just gonna make sure that's not my stream that's messing up. No, it seems the stream's all good. Sometimes it sucks really bad. That sucks, I'm sorry. Thanks so much for sticking with us though. Okay. It's coming together nicely. So what I want to do now is I want to generate some flax seeds, or flax farm, sorry, I should say. Extend this out just slightly. I believe that needs some support. That's why that's yellow, because now nothing's going to hang on that. We've just got to build a wall underneath. Yeah. We need some bricks. That's more things that we've got to build and make. Let's see what goods we can sell. What's next on our list? We can make some more farms. I think having some more farms would actually be very very beneficial. I'm just gonna put I didn't realize how much fertilizer we have. Put the fertilizer back in there. Got so much stuff. All right. I have bricks. I do. I have a lot of bricks. Okay, that's really good. Actually got a lot of iron as well. We're gonna build that wooden wall. That's just gonna apply some structure for us. Now we can't put it there because it's overlapping. That's fine. What do we want to do now? I really want to make a linen rope generation. We've got mortar. These don't sell for anything. I guess we can start. Okay, bandage is what sells for the most. So we need linen. So let's start making some linen. So in order to make linen, we need clay. Because we're gonna use this. Make flax. And flax is going to help us make clay. Sorry, flax is going to help us make more money. I'm just going to run that out. First one, we'll pop flax seed. Oops. That's going to manufacture flax. Which, once we make flax, we need to make linen thread, which is flax grinded. Simple. Pop that through a grinder. That will then get grinded into flax fiber. Then we put it through a processor. And so then that comes through as thread. linen thread then goes through an assembler linen. Well, make one more process. Well, I know bread, 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 and bread. With that, I'm actually going to change that and put it through another processor to make linen rope. Oh, sorry, I forgot that they have double points. Brilliant. And then in the assembler, we are making linen. And then what's next? Then to make bandage, we need linen plus healing potion. To make healing potion, we need the flax fiber in an assembler with sage powder. Sage through a grinder. I feel like I have possibly made a move. I think I want to bring all this down firstly. Cancel. Okay. Cut that. That's like that. Then I want to remove these. I'm going to bring that down, that one. Bring that down, that one. Up. Then bring that across, down. Cross and down. Bring that down. Bring that. Hopefully that in this one, we are making linen. That requires 210. 210 per minute just to make 21 per minute. Whereas this makes 35 per minute. So 10 divided by 35, 6. Which also needs 105 flax fiber. I don't know how much flax we're going to produce. But yeah, we need 6 processors. Plus for that. That's crazy. I didn't even clock that. I feel like we almost bring it out again. I think I'm going to do just that. I'm going to cut it and get out. 1, 2. Yeah, we'll keep it in line there. And then maybe we can cut these just for now. Because then what I do want to do is I do want to and let's copy and then B once again and shift copy F confirm paste. Sure that that's all linked correctly. And then we're going to take this assembler and pop that. Pop that there. Do want to not connect these. Oh. I want that going in that one. And that. Beauty. Very nice. That's going to make linen fiber for us. Now, we also didn't want external flax. Oh my god, it's so much flax. Noonie, how's it going? Hey, homie, I can share your stream in a kick community to help you have followers and viewers. Yeah, no, all good, mate. Thank you. All right, and that's going to start making linen for us. We'll send that downstairs. I need some wood. Oh. Sweets. And that's going to go to another catapult. Cool. Where we sitting this one's target? Right in front. We can't put it right in front, but we can maybe move it like 2 in front. Okay, that's still blocked. Maybe 3 in front. 1. Is that good? Cool, that's enough space. Epic. However, target is too far. So now that's like that. Whether there are projectiles, obstacles in the way. That's closer. So if I move this even closer, does that have a better chance? It does. Ah. There you go. Yeah, I'm gonna clear this one up to there. Just because I feel like a more direct path is almost just better for this. And we're in line more with the left here. What are we even transporting down there? Is that that's the linen? Okay, cool. That's starting to make flax. Very cool. Very cool, very cool. It's working. Okay, we got enough heating going. But we're not heating enough here. We also need a lot more flax seeds. Do I have more flax seeds? That is a good question. Do have some. So much timber as well. I'm going to go drop a lot of this timber to help get this fire process going. Drop a lot of it in here. So that should help start making more flax. This is going to make more fertilizer, more flax, meaning it'll make linen sheets. Linen sheets then transform into money. money then funds this whole machine. If essentially I want to get to a stage where this well-oiled machine is essentially self-functioning. Self-functioning, also known as fully automated, is essentially the whole point of this game. It's so close to being permanent, but it's not, which is annoying because this bottom one is, which kind of makes me question why, but and I obviously can see why now. So I'm going to take that just before that runs out, and I'll do that. I think that will part of this, maybe. Is that better? I don't know. I mean, let's just stop it for a second. So, want that going there. Want that going there. That going there. If that's still not enough, which I don't believe it is. I believe this furnace is just struggling, which it shouldn't be. This one is bumping, yet the other one is not. Why is that so much more efficient? Oh, because it's not burning anything. That's why. Whereas these are all cylinders firing. Yeah, okay, no wonder. Alright, cool. I'm happy with how that's working. Which is producing fertilizer. Fertilizer's coming in hot. It seems to be lasting almost long enough. There's enough fire in there, that's fine. It's the lack of timber here. Is struggle. Let's see. We got some linen coming in. We do. And we've got some money going. How much are we at? We're at 4. 4 silver, so we're still pretty broke. But we are making progress. Bags. Top one, yeah. That's full. That's full. That's full. Awesome. Oh, I'm gonna get more flax. Get 3 more flax seeds, and we should be good to go. Okay. B, B, B. And I want stage here, start making health potions. That's my next little quest. Cool. Alright, so to make a health potion, we need 6 sage powder, which is sage, add a grinder, makes the stage powder plus flax fiber. Plus flax fiber. Find that. That. And where is that combined in? Let's just combine in an assembler, and that spits out our healing potion. Looks too complicated for real. It, like, I get it. I really do. Yeah. I don't know what to say. I I think it's a lot of fun, really. Really do. But I'm weird like that. Like, I really like automation games. I guess it's kind of like almost like a Rube Goldberg machine. You do one thing, you add it with another, and then you kind of make things happen, I guess. That. Take that one. That. This is like relatively simple as well. Should say some like other people's machines are like 10 times more complicated than mine. That's when it gets kind of insane. I'm going to do this differently because I want to make potion shelf. Let's see if we can set it up. Yeah. Where I want my target to be somewhere here. It'll be way too high. Need to work out how to set that one up. I guess we still want it to come down. Try this. Oh, I should see how this works. Need five nails. One. 6 nails. and then pop that there. We need timber. Alright, we still got some timber there. We're starting to get some funding, which is good. Got one piece of timber working at the moment. We've got the linen filling up there. Our mortar is not filling up, which means we're running low on stone. See the angle here. So I can put a potion shelf somewhere around here. I'm just going to try and put the potion shelf in 2 places where I would want it. So ideally I would want it there because that's the most aesthetic. Okay. Secondary place that I would put the potion shelf would be like that. I think that also kind of works aesthetically. Okay, invalid angle. Valid angle. Target too far. Way too far. What if we step it up? What if we step it up, Chicago? Let's try that. Target too far. Invalid angle. How is my target too far? Also, who wants catapults flying in the shop they visit? Target too far? How? How am I able to fling it from there to there, but this is too far? I think it must be the angle that I'm trying to throw it at. I think if I go and line up straight with it, to there, so like that. Let's see. And then I'm forward short. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Try this. I'll get too far still. I actually can't believe that we've got to come this close to launching someone in the face with a potion. Just for this to have any chance of even remotely working. I swear, if it still says too far, even though we're like basically right next to it. Obstacles in projectile path. Okay, target selected. I just want to test this out. I just want to see realistically. Like, does it actually want us to be practically right in front of it? Am I interpreting this incorrectly? It actually does. That's kind of ridiculous. I need to see how other people set up their catapults. That's crazy that it's like in the middle of the shop. That close. Whoa, he spent some money. Okay, so we're starting to get somewhere. So we got our rocks. We just need heaps of timber. Also, look how many cogs we have. Surely that just jams up, right? And I don't know what happens once it jams up. I guess it just freezes. Cool. Awesome. So we got this now finally generating. Once this one starts going, then we should be good. That will start heating these up, which will start producing these, start making fertilizer, the whole thing starts working. And it starts making flax, starts making linen, it all goes good. Okay, next. Linen rope doesn't make any money, pulleys don't make any money, however a Jupiter makes a lot of money. Okay. Brick makes 70. Linen makes 165, a bandage makes 350. How much does this make? 85. So we're better off. Yeah, right. Oh, jewel. Okay, turquoise. Makes some good money. Well, we gotta start making transformation potions. Go do some research. Priority merger, priority splitter, transformation potion, relic shelf. Feature 2 conveyor belt inputs and 1 conveyor belt output. Items put in first input are prioritized. Feature 1 conveyor belt input and 2 conveyor belt outputs. Input items are prioritized for the first output. Damn, that's actually so good. I needed these ages ago. Steel ingot as well. Because see now we can use the priority input, right? Priority merger features 2 conveyor belt inputs and 1 conveyor belt output. Items put into the first input. Features 2 conveyor belt. I don't understand this. Let's just try and build. Splitter designed to filter out chosen items. Let's have a look at these. That's that. That's that. Okay. Filter splitter. Choose an item. Okay. Let's go with planks. How does it? A splitter designed to filter out chosen items. Ah, okay. So we feed anything we want on that conveyor belt and it will only take timber. Very good. Priority merger features 2 conveyor belt inputs and 1 conveyor belt output. Items put into the first input are prioritized. Features 2 inputs and 1 output. items put into the first input are prioritized. Okay. Don't understand the priority of that one. Priority splitter features 1 conveyor belt input and 2 conveyor belt outputs. Input items are prioritized for the first output. Input items are prioritized for the first output. That is good. I like that because we can actually just use that here. So rather than have these storage sections, I feel like go oh, like that, perfect. I did actually want better. Okay. And priority splitter features 1 conveyor belt input. Conveyor belt inputs and 1 conveyor belt output items for the first. 1 conveyor belt input and 2 conveyor belt outputs. Input items are prioritized for the first output. That's what I want. Okay, so then we go. So get rid of that. Get rid of that. 2 inputs, 1 output. Then that's going to go. Yeah. Cool. Once again. Onto like that. Like that. I just don't like how that. Oh. It's essentially the same thing. It's just plainer. That also doesn't need like that. That's running down. That. That's perfect. None of that needs to go in that one because that is already being split. Thing. Correct. Did start research. Start research. Ah. Metal stand. Enhanced durability. Metal cannon. An advanced catapult with no angle restrictions, longer throw distance, and 2 conveyor belt inputs. Fantastic. That's going to change things drastically. Now, the next part that I want to act on is our outputs up here. And go on the hands, which we need nails for. Okay. Time for some iron. So we're going to do the same design, except utilizing iron. Let's see if we've got any potion. Lots of linen, which is nice. Got a bit of a queue on linen, which is good. Money we got 6. Not bad. Yeah, so I need purchasing portal. Should need that thing for. If I can find some nails, then I don't really need to bother, but grab those as well. We're gonna pump some extra money into our inventory. All right. What do we want to do? So we want a purchasing portal prior to an iron factory. So we put it relatively close to this now. I'm not going to connect it to the grid yet. Here we go. So, Get Wavy, what's going on? Thanks so much for jumping in the stream. How's your week treating you? Hope you're well. This looks fun. Dude, if you like automation games, I highly, highly recommend this. I am thoroughly enjoying it. Daily Blake, thank you so much for the Instagram follow as well. Very, very much appreciated. Yeah, Get Wavy, if you are a fan of automation games, highly, highly recommend. It's called Alchemy Factory. I'm having an absolute blast with it so far. It is a little bit I don't want to say unintuitive. I think it is. I think intuitive's not the right word. It is very intuitive. I think in terms of it, you have to experiment a lot. You have to figure a lot of stuff out. Like, for example, to restock your store, you need to use catapults, which is really weird. And like, I have a catapult running through my entire store just to fill up this one shelf. So that side of it's a bit frustrating. I also haven't figured out yet how to put holes in floors in order to have elevators like these running down. But slowly but surely, you discover new items and new ways of doing things. Of course, there's a bit of a skill tree. And you unlock more things by spending money. You can also purchase states so that you can have more land to produce your potions. So there's a lot of elements to it. It is really, really well done. It is very fun. There's a bit to figure out on your own. That's my only critique. But in saying that as well, as per usual, I haven't really been watching any tutorials or anything like that, so I'm still figuring out a lot of stuff on my own. Okay, what we do want to do now is I want to start producing some steel so that we can upgrade our inventory and upgrade our equipment. So we also need a process for making iron nails. The first thing first, we need iron ore. Iron ore is made at an iron smelter. An iron smelter, it will require obviously a smelter, and that will create iron ingots. So we'll do 3 to start with, and then we can expand from there if need be. You know what, we can do 5. Here is our first problem. My steel requires you, or when you're smelting, requires you to operate on another level. So we need to have them like here. So let's just have a look at what the process will look like, and then we can move things. So let's pop that there. We'll have our furnace on top, and we'll have things entering through there and exiting through there. That's perfectly fine. Do that. There we go. And cut this. Pop that. We need it in line with some timber. We already have a timber process on the bottom here. So I think we're going to continue with that. I'm hoping that we can throw stuff in, even though it isn't on the correct line. I'm also thinking we don't need so many. It is a very expensive process. We can always get more. I think we'll start small and then expand if necessary. That's the cuts. Bring that back the tad. I think that's very manageable. I'm going to check the distance catapult. Like so. Yep, perfect. That's going to go in. That's going to go in. That's brilliant. And I'm going to have an output coming out here. So for that, we're going to need stands stacked. In order to get the stands stacked, we're going to need nails. So in order to make nails, we need more steel or iron. In the meantime, I'm just going to do it like that. right, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to wrap up the stream for today. Do have to go, fortunately. But in saying that, we have achieved an awesome amount today. Very, very happy with our progress. Just to finish it off, we're going to finalize this process with the iron smelter. So that's going to be making our iron ingots for us. And then we are going to run our iron ingots through a processor to start making iron for us. That's just going to be that final step. Yeah. And we're going to run those downstairs. Actually, I'm just going to leave them like that. Get that running into a chest. Start making some iron nails for us. Anyway, that is going to wrap up the stream for today. Thank you so much to anyone and everyone who tuned in. Special shout out to Zayla Blanks. Thank you so much for the follow. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Thanks so much for joining in today. Obviously, huge shout out to GetWavy10. I appreciate you. Thanks so much for tuning in to yet another stream. Very, very much appreciated. Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap up the stream for today. Again, hope you have enjoyed. If you've got any feedback or tips for the future, please let me know. Otherwise, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all next time. Cheers. Bye.